Hello, this is the Jayman Show. I'm your host, Jaiye Bynoe. My guest today is Michael Reyes, aka Cuban Mic. Hi, Michael. Good to see you on the show today.
Hey, what's going on, buddy? What's going on?
Yeah, thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it.
I appreciated you, man, because I never thought I'd be famous enough to make it. Every time I see a screenshot talking you talking to Maya and TLC and
yeah,
Homegirl from Karate Kid 3. I'm like, yeah, I didn't think I made it to that level. Look it out.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, definitely love. I think So yeah, I definitely appreciate love. Yeah. So can you tell me? Tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got started in the music biz?
Well, I'm not more in the music biz. I'm more like in the media biz.
Okay.
In the media biz, and I want to say I started in 2011.
Okay.
I had a friend of mine by the name of Mav that he was just, he's a rapper. So I was just always running around with him, either be it his hype man or sidekick or whatever the case may be. So every time he do like a music video, I'll just be around him, and then I'll just like crack jokes behind the scenes. So I just made like everybody laugh. Everybody, when you mentioned it, everybody thought I was a comedian first. It was not that I was a comedian. I was just like a funny guy. So to Britt Johnson, aka Boss Lady, she ended up having a show in Boston, and I first became like a guest, and then between the guests, I used to go there once a month, and I used to go there here once in a while. So I pretty much like bugged her every once in a while to see what can I do to slide my way to the show, and she gave me a slot, and then from a slot there, I ended up having I wish I could remember the name of the station right now, but it was a radio show, like a pirate radio show. And then from there on, I ended up doing podcasting. And then from podcasting, I ended up having a radio show, the Tape Deck. And now currently I have another podcast called The Ruckus, where it's me and 9 other individuals. And we just talk crazy for like 2 hours.
Oh, that's awesome. That's amazing. Yeah. So what made you want to be in the business? Do you like have you got to meet any stars yourself?
I haven't made any stars, only like local people. I never got a chance to branch out the way I wanted to yet. So I'm hoping like this year might be the year.
Yeah.
What got me through it is like I'm a fan of entertainment. I'm a fan of entertainment stuff, but I'm not a fan of the entertainment business, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I've, ever since a kid, like I used to do theater, I used to do school plays, I did poetry, I even rapped for a while, even though I wasn't going anywhere with that stuff. Yeah. And I'm just a person that's just like the form of entertainment. I'm still trying to see if I can take a crack at out of the acting field one more time. I figure it's not too late. I'm still breathing, I'm still alive, especially with everything that happened with COVID. Yeah. So like, look, I'm still healthy, I'm still breathing. If I could still do something to put me in a big screen, why not?
Yeah, I definitely hear you. So what projects are you working on right now?
Right now, I got some stuff behind the scenes. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, but it involves how can I put it to you without me not getting in trouble? We're doing something soon with a particular rap group that owns a radio show, and myself and certain individuals got picked to do a certain slot on the show. If I'm able to talk about it, if you bring me back again, I'll definitely talk about it. Okay. But it's right now, it's looking really good. We're on home stretch and finding some things out here. Once it does, I'll let you know, and you could tune in and you can hear me run my mouth. And I still got the podcast, The Ruckus, where it's me and 9 individuals. Basically, we're like the Wu-Tang Clan of podcast. You got so many individuals on the show. But what we talk about the show, like we're together or we're not together, meaning that we're together on a viral level, but you got these cats from different states and different countries where we all get together and get to speak our minds on what's going on with the world.
All right, that sounds good. Look forward to hearing that. Yeah. So how did this pandemic affect your career?
Well, I don't know about being personal about it, but on a personal level, it messed up my money. It really messed up my money. A few of my friends got sick and got affected that. Unfortunately, a few of my mom's friends passed away from it.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
condolences.
Yeah, thank you. I kind of feel sorry for my mother because she's such a person that likes to go out. She's a real jittery social. She's a social person. You know, she likes to go out, talk to people, do all that stuff. And the fact she's been stuck in this house for like a year, I think she only went out. This thing happened. I think it's been like 3 times she gone out. I tried to get her out for her birthday. She was scared to death. You know, I think we were out for like 4 or 5 hours, and every time somebody tried to like give her a hug and tell her happy birthday, she just got scared. So she just came home. She used to go to the gym, and she stopped going to the gym. It got to the point she ended up getting like some kind of like gym kit. So now we got like a what are those things with the bikes? The thing you do with the bike or whatever to lose calories, she got all these things. She's lifting weights. She feels like she's in prison right now. She's one day away from getting a tattoo now in her arm saying life is hard.
Okay.
And so my server just messed up my money. It kind of messed up my stuff with another radio station that I had. So now that I got my laptop back, hopefully I could do something with them. I can't do the stuff that I want to media-wise. I couldn't at first, but now, like I said, I got the laptop now, so hopefully I could start from scratch and continue what I did before. The blessing in disguise again is this podcast I had, because it was something that it was out of the blue. We're in a chat group, so every time I was in this chat group, we just kept talking, and then one of the guys in the group came up with the idea, look, we're talking all the time, and we're just pretty much, a lot of people agree with our thoughts. Let's just, you know, if we could find something to make a podcast out of it, let's do it. And to my surprise, like, I didn't think all 9 of them would be committed, but we all got committed to do the show. And you can catch it on Spotify and iTunes and all streaming platforms on that.
Oh, that's cool to hear. You know, yeah. Now, have you reached out to any stars like I have to try and have them come on your show?
What was that?
Have you reached out to any stars to try and come on your show for like I do? You know, have them come on your show for an interview.
We're working right now. We're working on a lot of local artists, a lot of underground artists. We had a girl from California by the name of Fancy. Shout outs to her. Okay. She came through in the clutch, and you know, she was telling us, I think that one that we had gave us the most streaming, because she has like an audience herself. So that audience kind of came to us, and she told us, I mean, she's in the music industry, so she's told us the ups and downs of the industry. She's from California. She lived out in Boston. So she told us the difference between, you know, the Boston grind and the Los Angeles grind, you know, the ups and downs, the weather. You know, it was a lot of different dynamics. One of the key points she told me, she was there when Nipsey Hussle died. So, you know, she told us the dynamics and like being in the mix on how that energy was like. So it was dope. So shout outs to her. She gave us a lot of good, decent families out of that.
Okay, her name is. Okay,
we're trying to work on getting more people here. So hopefully, once they respond to our emails, they'll come through.
Okay, that sounds like a big blessing. Yeah. So her name is Fancy, and okay, is she on Instagram? Is she on Instagram, Facebook? So you can. Okay, I'll check it out.
I know Fancy.
Okay, but maybe trying to get on my show too. You know.
Definitely, she'll do it. I'll talk to her. Yeah.
Okay, I'll check that. I'll make sure to check out on Instagram. Definitely. Sounds good. Okay. So what advice can you give artists that want to be in the music business? What advice can you give them that want to be with artists?
Well, I mean, for artists, I don't have anything for you. Just make sure you get your money right. Make sure you got a team with you. I mean, I could give you that speech about believe in God and, you know, don't stop, which is great. You know, I mean, don't stop believing, you know, have your faith, but just like you got to be in the right place in the right time, be lucky, get money to save up because you need equipment, you need a mic, you need all that other stuff, you need a studio. Yeah. You know, like I said, I keep constantly bringing it up. I end up getting this laptop because I needed this laptop to even to talk to you, because I had this phone and my phone's been a mess. So this laptop, I had to use it to talk to you, need a mic, talk to you, need a decent camera. You know, get a top decent camera. Don't be cheap. You know, and luck, be in the right place in the right time. Because, like I said, when I did the stuff with Britt out in Boston, when I connected with her, it was really just luck. It wasn't a situation that I met her and I said, let's do business. She just saw me being a clown, and she's like, you want to do something? And I'm like, sure, no problem. And it just helped me dibble and dabble in different places.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because that's a wonderful person. She's actually gonna come on my show tonight. So, yeah, so
Oh, she's coming through.
yeah, tonight. Yeah,
Oh,
some
they
some.
should. Yeah, she'll probably tell you what's going on because I don't want to snitch. So she'll probably tell you what's going on.
Okay, yeah. So what do you think we can do to change? What do you think we can do to make the world better, to change the world? In your opinion?
Change the world.
Yeah, make the world better.
I think. Oh, I'm gonna get deep here because what it is, we need to find a way that we could have a level of tolerance and respect each other's opinion. Because even with this whole thing with the elections, like I've seen both sides of it, and I've seen the ugly side of what like politics could do to you. I literally had friends of mine that won't talk to other people because of their political affiliates. Me, I don't care because this country, I mean, the world, as it is with politics, is dirty. Yeah. So my whole thing is like pick the candidate that give, not even, I used to be a guy when I was younger to think if I go for this person, what I mean, he's going to change the world for me. Yeah. And nobody's not going to change the world for you. You got to change it yourself, or just be changed by the world or changed with the world, one or the other. Me being from where I am, I know what it's like to have really extreme politics. I'm Cuban descent, and I've seen what that side is like. It's ugly. Ugly. I don't wish that kind of politics on anybody. There's a lot of things going on with Cuba right now, where you got a lot of people doing protests. You got a lot of people now actually fighting back. You have all these songs where they're saying they're not with what's going on. It's been 60 years of the same nonsense. They just want change. They want some sort of liberty. They want a place where you can have a say. This country, even though it has its flaws, is not perfect, but I'm glad I could say I have a say. What I mean? If I could say I don't like a president, I could say I don't like a president. If I could say, this system sucks, this system sucks. If I could say this country's not doing anything for me, I'm glad I could be in a country where I could say, it stinks. I mean? I don't have my people in that side of the world, they don't have that luxury. They say, this is what it is. You go against me, you get killed, the end. Or you go to jail, or you get tortured, the end. So as far as like changing, just try to find a way to find a middle ground, because you'll be surprised that the other side have a lot of things in common with you, but we're so back and forth that we're looking at things that we don't agree with instead of finding the things that we do agree with and find a middle lane to it.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah. So my question is, how did the George Floyd incident affect you? How did this racism thing affect you? The George Floyd incident, how did that affect you? Because it's so sad what's happened to our young brothers dying in the hands of cops. I mean,
the George Floyd.
Yeah. How did that affect you? And racism, how does that affect you? I mean, because it's so sad, young brothers die in the hands of cops. I mean, so.
I mean, it was deep. Nobody didn't deserve to go to a situation like that. I mean, the man had. The cop had his knee on his neck for damn near 9 minutes. Yeah. I mean, what more can you say? It's sad. I'll be honest with you. I might sound like a Debbie Downer, but I don't have high expectation on this trial. I mean, we've seen this movie 100 times. We know how this is going to end. You know what I mean? The most is going to be either another riot, or maybe now that that anger, I'm not saying anger, but that frustration, I want to burn things. It's a 50-50. Either we're going to start burning things down again, or maybe cooler heads might prevail and, might march and see what happens. I don't know. It's a 50-50. Do I see this cop going to jail? No, because other stuff came out that I'm seeing already that it's going to look like it might work in his favor. It's just a sad situation. And what's even more sad, we've seen this 100 times.
I know. Especially since the hand of Dr. King, you didn't think, his speech.
You would think we were going through this thing in the years when, when we have TV that was black and white. Now we're in like HD, and we're still going through the same situation. It's just I'm just right now with that situation. I'm just like on survival mode. And on survival mode, I'll tell you a funny story. I got pulled over by the cops a couple of days ago.
Really? What happened?
I ran a red light allegedly, but his word against mine. But I know it's a very complicated relationship with the cops and people in the hood. I know most of the cops where I live at, and my mom knows most of the cops, so it's a little bit of a safe zone, but not so much of a safe zone. So like when I'm around them, it goes from that's so post if I'm in, not in my city, You know what I mean? Anything can happen, but at least win my town, it's a 50-50. I'm going to be all right, but you still got that 50-50. I wish I could have like a 400%. Hey, I'm in my town and I'm going to be fine. It's still a 50-50. So I got pulled over, ran through my records, and I thought I was going to be fine. Two cop cars show up. And then when I saw the two cop cars, I got on panic mode.
Okay.
I got on panic mode. And I got on panic mode, but then you know, they went through my records, and I was free to go. It was smooth. The whole situation was smooth, but it's those things. I still got that nervousness.
Yeah.
That, you know, boom, 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 boom. The heart start beating fast. So like, okay, I hope I got my license registration. I hope I got my place on point. I hope I got insurance. I hope I got everything. I hope everything's all right, and I'm ready to go. And I hope there's no slip in the computer, and everything is solid. And you know, I was good to go, but it still get that nervousness.
Okay, I see. Yeah, I told him this thing. Did they give you a ticket?
Warning. He gave me a warning. He was cool guy. So shout out to him. Gave me a warning.
Okay, great. Okay, that's good to hear. You know, because I'm glad to hear. Glad everything worked out in your favor. You know, yeah. I know. Yes. So what do you like to do in your spare time when you're not in the studio? What would you like to do for fun when you're not in the studio? You know,
well, actually, I'll tell you what. Ever since New Year's resolution, because I've been through a whole situation with the whole COVID. I went to a situation where my grandfather's getting sick. I went to a situation where my dad caught a COVID scare, and I just started to see life. You know, just like things that we take for granted every day. You know, just, you know, I had a friend of mine who's going to a brain aneurysm. So right now he's in a wheelchair right now. Like, I'm just back in the days I was playing basketball with this man, and now he's in a wheelchair. You know, so I just started seeing life. You know, it's so precious, and I'm learning not to take things for granted. So I wrote a list. I was going through my own anxiety and my own stress. I was going through personal issue where I had a hard time sleeping. I was taking pills. I was taking all these melatonin. I was a mess. I was a mess. So I took therapy. I took therapy. Hold on one second. Oh. Yeah, sorry about that. I started taking therapy, started checking on my mental health, and my therapist told me, look, write a list of all the things that you haven't done yet, and, you know, try to complete it by the time the year ends. And you might not finish all of them, but at least try to get at least 50% done, or at least 70% done. And like, ever since New Year's, I've been meditating more, been learning how to sleep early, not try to be so dependent on pills. I've been exercising. I'm trying to work out, trying to gain some muscles up in here. Wrote a lot of books. I'm reading a lot of books now, you know, because I haven't read a good book in years. So I think I wrote like 10 books. I bought like 10 books, and all these books involve like everything that happened with Cuba, you know, because the more I talk to my grandfather and my parents on their story and how they got over here, you know, it's a sad story, you know what I mean? And with Cubans, we have a special story, you know, because a lot of them don't come here for the American dream or trying to get the dollar or even fleeing crime. You know, it's just like a real, it's politics. It's politics. So I bought all these books that involve like anti-communism and just the system in Cuba and even the stuff that happened before Cuba. So I'm really trying to get to that. And plus, you know, me being a first generation, I never got a chance. I never in my life never been to Cuba. Never been there. Because of their beef. And I was supposed to go last year, but COVID hit.
Yeah.
So there goes that other thing. And even now, every time I get tempted to go or have that itch to go, like my relatives and all my family to like, look, now is not a good time. Especially now with the whole nonsense, because they don't give all the information that's going on out there. They're like, they'll just stay put. And, you know, when this thing is like over, we don't know when, then you could come. So I've been doing a lot of reading towards that. So yeah, reading, exercising. Now that everything's kind of slowing down, travel. Yeah. Hopefully by the time the springtime comes in, the summertime, just do more traveling. Yeah. And go to places I've never been before.
Yeah, that'd be a blessing. I hear. So where did you get the name Cuban Mic from? Where did that come from? Cuban Mic.
All right. So what happened? What happened with that is I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I was in high school, and everybody thought I was Black American.
Okay.
So they never hear me speak Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't until I was talking to one of my friends who was Dominican, we was having a full-blown Spanish conversation, and everybody heard me, and everybody like eyes popped up. So at first they thought like, I was a Black dude that actually knew how to speak Spanish. So then I was like, no, I'm that. So they started asking me, oh, were you like, the first thing, because you live in Mass, the first thing that come at you is you're either Puerto Rican or Dominican. So once I told him I was Cuban, it was just like the guy that literally like took a left turn with everybody else's like culture. So that was where the nickname came from. The funny thing about it, that nickname took a name of his, took a like a name of his own that everybody thought Cuba was my actual name for damn near 10 years. So every time like, I get invited to a party or I get a mailing address, like that was the name that everybody wanted, whatever the case may be. And even when Facebook started coming up, and they keep seeing my face, they're like, who the hell is this kid right here? Who's Michael? Who's Michael? And then they can look at phone like, oh my God, it's Cuba. You're like, oh my God, like I knew you for all this time. I didn't know your name was Michael. Mm-hmm. So it was just something that took it and just ran with it. And that ended up being like my rap alias, because it's like I'm Cuban and I rock the mic, so Cuban Mic, and it was just perfect.
Yeah, that's why I call you Cuban Mic. That's school stage name. Yeah, absolutely. So where do you see yourself down the line years from now? Doing.
It might sound like a fantasy, but hopefully I could take this to a whole nother level. Yeah. This might sound controversial, but hopefully I could get in a situation where I get into so much trouble that I'm famous.
Yeah.
I need to get in trouble in a good way. Mm-hmm. Because it's like with this whole situation with cancel culture, and you really can't say an opinion. Everybody is sensitive. Everybody get their feelings hurt. It's get to a point we don't know how to find that balance where this is hurting my feelings and you can't say anything. And that's a good thing about my show, because they accuse me of being the provocateur of the group, just instigating. And I'm like, I need to instigate things, because I know when we get together, we agree on a lot of things. Mm-hmm. But we got to talk to more about the things that we don't agree with, and why we're there, and why we don't agree with it, and how can we get to a middle. And we see things within different lenses. Mm-hmm. They're like, okay, why are we feeling this way? So hopefully with this platform that I have with the group, or even whatever platform that I go with, my big mouth and my maniac ways could just be thought provoking. And it makes you think like, why is things like that? Why are we so messed up? Why are we so sensitive? Why, I'm saying, I can't say anything without hurting your feelings. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because we just become so shielded. Mm-hmm. That it's like, it goes from respecting to opinion, let's agree to disagree, to no, now you have to agree to what I say. If I don't agree to what you say, then you stink. Mm-hmm. And that's what we have right now. So hopefully that media thing takes me to that level. Hopefully put some money in my pocket. Yeah. And, maybe, I don't know, I'm taking a stab with this acting thing one more time. Maybe you could see me on TV being a backup for somebody, or hopefully I could still keep my nose from doing those plastic surgery for Hollywood and still keep it real.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you auditioned for Boston Casting? Because they're doing a lot of movies in Boston, so that might help you too,
I think I've done it when I was really going hard for it. I did, but I never got picked for anything, so I just got frustrated. But again, one more time, I think I did the Boston Casting for like 2 or 3 years. I wasn't getting picked for anything, so I was like, whatever, I'm just going to school.
Okay. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. So how can we how can we support you in your music? Support you in what you're doing.
You can follow me on Instagram, Cuban Mic. Mike is spelled M-I-C, not M-I-K-E. So Cuban, just like the country, and Mike, M-I-C. You could catch me at The Ruckus, podcast The Ruckus, on Spotify, iTunes, all streaming platforms. And the other stuff that I want to talk about, but I can't talk about it. But once you talk to Brish, she'll tell you everything that's going on.
Okay.
She'll tell you on with that, which I'm happy about. And you can catch me as 2 platforms. The Tape Deck, if Brett, if you hear me right now, I want back in on the Tape Deck. I got a laptop now, so I'm making it right now. I want back in, and don't be difficult. Put me on the Tape Deck. So if I get the Tape Deck back, I got those three platforms. And I love the Tape Deck because that's near and dear to me, because you hear my playlist of music or what I listen to in my spare time, and I have great taste of music. I have great taste of music. So yes, you will catch me in those 3 spots.
All right, cool. So what do you want to say to all your fans if you don't watch this interview? What do they know about you?
Oh, my fans. So my mom, my two supporters,
Okay.
my two supporters. Just keep going, man. Thank you for giving me the positive words, the encouragement. You know what I mean? Just to, every time I was down, they picked me up, especially with all the stuff that happened to me last year. So it was a lot of positive words, a lot of encouragement, a couple of smacks in the head, a lot of shaky, like you could do it, get over it, like
Yeah.
When you're down in life, there's nothing like having friends and family around you, just when you're down, pick you up. Me, because of my story, even though I had this thing of knowing a lot of people, I talked about it on my podcast. You know a lot of people. There's still this thing that you sense this thing of being lonely, this sense of loneliness, and it's like, again, like my team, they would always tell me like, yo, you're not alone. If you got an issue, talk to somebody. So to the world out there, if you have an issue, don't hold your feelings. Talk to somebody. That's something I had to work through again with therapy because of my issue that I had in the past. But you go through an issue, seek help. Talk to somebody. Therapy. Your parents. Even and your parents being become difficult. Talk to your friends. Find that inner circle. This world is scary. You can't do it by yourself. You can't.
I know it's definitely scary, especially now. COVID. So something is sort of pulling away, so I definitely hear what you're saying, absolutely.
And it's a scary world out there, but it's a beautiful thing comes out of it. You meet beautiful people, you get beautiful experience, a beautiful atmosphere. Life is good. Like Nas said, life's stressful, but life is good.
Yes.
And now that I'm pushing 40.
Oh my God.
Yeah, now that I'm pushing 40 now, in the next couple of years, I just want to live my life to the fullest and be an old man talking to my kids and grandkids, about to happen in the future, and just be that old man just giving wisdom to these kids. I want to be that old dude with great hair with a cane saying, "Back in my days."
I hear you. It's a beautiful thing. I definitely hear you.
Yeah. So if I clock out, I want to say I made the best out of it.
Oh yes, I think we all want that. Me too. I definitely feel you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, this is a great interview. It's great having the show. It's good to learn about your story, your wisdom. I mean, so you said a lot of things I need to hear. A lot of knowledge. And yeah, and like I said, I'm supposed to interview on being so people can see, and follow you, and support you, your career, because you're definitely gonna go far, and I appreciate you coming on my show,
Thanks. Quick question. How can I get Maya's number?
Huh?
How can I get Maya's number?
Maya?
How can I get Maya's number?
I got a number, but you can actually talk to on Cameo. The stars I talk to on Cameo, they have like a chat, So if you pay $20 or $10, you can talk to them for like 5 minutes. So that's what I've been doing, so.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I would say just to download the Cameo, CAME or Cameo, download that app, and it tells you a lot of when they're going on live, so you can talk to them, for like $10, $20, and talk to them about coming to the show, and try and build your profile up, so that's what I do, and you can also reach out the stars. I also go on the website, I might hit up to the manager or the producer, ask them to stop interview, and sometimes they can, so that's how I was just, because, and then when you talk to them, they can help you maybe for career, and start friendship, so, that's what, so I would suggest everybody who wants a podcast show to please do that, check out the camera, check out the website, email the manager like I do, and make it happen, so, that's what it's about.
Right. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So before we go, are there any questions that you want to ask me before we go?
Well, what made you do this right here? Because usually every time I saw you, you were like the man behind the scene. You were like the magic man doing you were like the man with the magic thing over here. You were the magic behind the scenes.
Well, one of my friends, Farrah from Fahrenheit TV, and Bill Johnson, Leroy and Barbara suggested I should try a podcast show. So I said, okay, I'm going to try, so, and I want to try and reach out to people with my music, you know. So I said, okay, why not? So I took the class, you know, and I passed. I was like, wow, this is really cool, you know. So I started doing this, you know, and email stars. And once I got you know, that status show I have on my show, it's like, wow, this is a blessing. So that's how it came about, you know. So I was just, you know, people that want to be a podcast show, take the class of being in, you know. Once everything opens back up, I take the class. It's a great class, you know. Brett Rodriguez taught me, you know, so he's a good guy. Brett Rodriguez taught me.
Brett, yes, Brett. I gotta find him. Gotta find Brett.
Yeah. So Glenn Williams taught me, you know. They're good guys, you know. They help you to get a show, and you
Shout out to those guys. Shout out to those guys.
yeah,
Yes.
those guys, you know. And like I said, I mean, just go from there, you know. It's a great way to market yourself as a producer as well as an artist, you know, and give more visibility, you know. And it's just, you know, a great thing, you know, because it can really help you create, you know. So that's why I did it, you know. So, and the more you learn, the more you earn, right? The more you know, the further you go. So try and learn much you can, you know, so you can go far and enjoy your life, you know. So that's what it's about, you know.
Yeah, and I love it, man. I love the fact that we got more creators here creating.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're able to take destiny in our own hands, so it's beautiful. Yeah. And salutes, man. So you know you got to come to our show soon, right?
Oh yes, I'll come to the show. When's it gonna be? So I can.
Well, that's the thing. I have to talk to eight other maniacs I deal with behind the scenes. So we're definitely gonna work something out. Hopefully, like by next month, we have that's like a long list of people we have to bring through. But we're definitely gonna squeeze you in. Definitely.
Okay, and this gonna be in Boston, or it's gonna be on Zoom?
Oh, it could be. We have something called Discord, so we're gonna use something called Discord, and we're gonna work with that. That's what we work with to talk to everybody.
Cool. That sounds good. Yeah, definitely. Continue forward. I'll definitely make sure I'm there. I look forward to this, you know, and support you, man, Ken, you know, and it's just a great interview, you know. I appreciate your time, you know, and we'll be in touch, you know. So, you know.
Definitely. And send me the link. I don't even know where I can find when you talk to these celebrities. So you gotta, send it to me. Send it to me on the gram, on Instagram, where I can find your thing.
Oh yeah, I'll send the camera to you right now. You know, so you can check out. You know, I promise you. So make sure.
And I also need a copy of one of your CDs. You gave me a CD back in the day, but I can't find it for the life of me. I had it in my car, and I think my stepdaughter like took it and dropped it out somewhere. So I need another copy of that.
Okay. Well, I can send to by emails. Okay.
Perfect.
I can send to by retrans. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And nobody uses a CD anymore. So it's like my car's the only thing that has left. I use a CD. I'm getting a new one, and that won't be useful anymore.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'll send to you right now. Okay, so you have all this stuff tonight. Okay.
Bad.
Well, take care. I'll be in touch, you know, and we'll talk to you, and look forward to hearing more about you. Okay. Thank you for the show. Definitely appreciate it, you know. And
definitely, man. Thank you, my brother.
You got to take care. Be in touch, my brother. Appreciate it. God bless you. Take care.
Peace,
guys.
Yeah.
All right, peace.